Friends Phone In Friday, and it's time to talk to a Brit Award winner who has been a busy bee, making an album and teaching people how to play the guitar during lockdown. He's recorded a classic, especially for us all this morning, and we're going to hear it shortly. I'm playing the news jingle. I'm having a Friday. It's all good. Paul Mescal's disappeared. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. It's 750 degrees in the studio. Let me get back to playing the news jingle. What's happening? We are going to hear a classic that he has recorded at home, especially for us very shortly. But let's say good morning to James Bay. Hello, James.
Hello, Zoe. Good morning. It's lovely to hear you. Lovely to speak to you.
Oh, it's lovely to hear you. You weren't out drinking with Dermot Kennedy last night, so you are up.
I wasn't. But bless him. I guess, I don't know.
I've played the news jingle again. What is happening in here? James, please stand by your bed. I'm so sorry.
Play my new single as many times as you want.
Shall I just play that on repeat? Right, now hopefully...
Yeah, that'd be great.
This is the bed I'm looking for. There it is. A little moment of calm. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Menopause. I blame it again. September 2019, last time you did a show. What was it like performing live in London earlier on this month, but with no audience?
Yeah, it was lovely and it was spooky. I mean, it was kind of a step forward from, at that point, it was a step forward from all of the shows I'd essentially done kind of from my living room. It was nice to kind of go into a venue, albeit an empty one, and sort of get that bit closer to normal gigs again. But it just was obviously very sort of spooky and eerie and sad that the floor was completely empty.
I know, and it's just that thing, isn't it, when you finish a song, and also when you have songs that people love singing back to you.
I know.
But that will happen again. We have to wait. You were raising money for Save Our Venues. I mean, this is such an important cause, isn't it? And everybody, whatever we can do, we've got to do our bit.
Yeah. We have to have venues. We have to have venues full of people. You know, there have been a few kind of trial runs recently in London. I know, like Beverly Knight and Frank Turner, a couple of artists who played to 10% of the capacity of a venue. And we're realising, and they're trying to prove, we have to have a packed house, because obviously that's what makes the magic that we all love so much about live shows. So I was raising awareness for the Save Our Venues campaign. It was a joy to do it, of course, and it kind of hopefully helped everybody recognise that we need to get back to the classic gig as we know it.
Yeah, exactly, and how we do that, and when we do that, I know everyone is racking their brains for the best ways to do it. It's something else you've been doing online. You've been doing live guitar lessons, which is absolutely wonderful. Has it been quite fun sharing some mad skills and connecting with your fans and teaching them something?
Yeah, I don't know. It was lovely to connect with fans. That's been the most sort of wonderful thing about it, because I didn't know, how else I could kind of give something and sort of apply myself. But I know when I was 18, just after I finished school, I taught guitar for a year, and it wasn't, I didn't do too badly. So I figured at the beginning, I realised at the beginning of lockdown, maybe that's something I can give. I've tried to not get too technical and too sort of fancy and skillful about it. It's been nice to just sort of break things down simply for people, and obviously play them all sorts of different songs of mine and a few covers.
Yeah, excellent. So much fun. There's a guitar in our lounge at home that was bought for Curly Sue for his birthday in May. I don't think he's even picked it up yet. I'm going to get him to look up your lessons.
Get him to have a go.
You've also been recording a third album in lockdown. Do you have a title for it yet? How long have we got to wait, James?
Well, I know the title is on its way. The album is on its way. It's definitely this year. It's definitely in 2020. We don't actually have a date yet, because there's this first single's just come out, and then I think there's going to be more music to be heard before the full album comes out. So it's exciting times.
It is exciting times. We're going to play the single in a minute, Chew on My Heart. But first, you've recorded something special for us at home. Was it fun to do recording at home? Have you sort of mastered whole thing now?
It's fun, but it's not like being in the studio, is it? I'd much rather be in there with you guys. So,
we'd love you to be in here.
I'd rather be doing that.
Okay, well, fingers crossed. You promise us that as soon as you are allowed back in the building, it's nothing he said, it is because of lockdown, that you'll come and play for us, James.
Complete promise, absolutely. I'd love to be there.
We'll hold you to that. Here we go. This is James, recorded at home, Hold Back the River. Thank you so much, James.
No worries, thank you.
Close to me, but life got in between. Try to swear not being there, but it's there that I should have been. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you hide. Hold back the river, hold back, yes. Once upon a different life, we rode our bikes into the sky. But now we're caught against the tide. Those distant days are all flashing by. So hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute. I'll be by your side. Hold back the river, hold back. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and see where you're at. Hold back the river, hold back. Oh, 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 lonely border, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, yeah. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Hold back the river so I can stop for a minute and be by your side. Hold back the river, yeah. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other. Lonely water, won't you let us wander? Let us hold each other.
Oh, James Bay recorded at home. Rachie Panda says, absolutely stunning. What a lovely guy James Bay is, helping our journey to the seaside much easier while we crawl along the A47 with everybody else heading to the coast. That's Claire and Gary and Ben and Sophia from Milton Keynes. Zoe, a name for James's new album, Can't Keep Bay Locked Down. Richie from Selby.
Okay.
There you go. You can have that for
I'll
free.
consider it. Yeah, I'll consider that one. Let me just scroll that down.
Before lockdown, you'd actually headed to Nashville to record the album. Found yourself standing on some hallowed ground, I hear.
It was so mad and special and wonderful and sort of crazy. I went to this studio called RCA Studio A. There's Studio A and Studio B. Studio B is, go and read all about it. It's where Elvis recorded so many of his greatest hits, basically. But Studio A, where I went in there to meet this brilliant producer, Dave Cobb, who I worked with on this third album. And we were only been in there for an hour or so. And he was telling me about the history of the room that we were working in. He said, yeah, about where you're stood, probably sometime in the late 70s, Dolly Parton came in here. He said in the same 3 hours, she recorded Jolene and I Will Always Love You pretty much in that very spot. And I thought, Dave, no pressure then, mate. Try me.
My goodness me. You're like, at which point you're like, Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we supposed to do in here?
Incredible. Oh, but the inspiration to work somewhere
That's
like
crazy.
that. I mean, it's just amazing. We've got Robert Plant on the show later, and he's.
Can I just say, Zoe, as far as Robert, like you today on the show, Robert Plant, absolute hero of mine. Am I right? You've got Alan Shearer, absolute hero of mine.
know,
And then I know he hasn't turned up yet, but Paul Mescal, hero of mine. Like, wow.
There are rumours that Paul Mescal may turn. He might phone in a little bit. I've got to talk to Robert Plant.
Robert Plant's insane.
But he's travelled around and worked everywhere and worked with all different musicians, and you can hear that in people's music. You know, the influences. Incredible.
Sure.
So we're going to play "Chew on My Heart." It's the new single. It's out now. First single from the upcoming album. What can you? I love that. "Chew on My Heart." What a beautiful idea.
That kind of arrived first, like when I was writing the song. Those words sort of turned up, and I thought, well, I've never heard that before. I need to write into that. Can I sort of apply it? How does that sort of resonate with something in my life? And I realised, kind of like in hindsight, because I just dived into writing, that I wrote a song. I've written a lot of music on this album about. I've been in a relationship for 13 years with my girlfriend, and I've always been very private about that. It's a big sort of personal thing for me. But I've realised that a lot of this music, including "Chew on My Heart," is a bit of a tribute, really, to that relationship, all those years. And it's just this sort of showing of gratitude. And "Chew" is a song about wanting to be so selfish with that person who you so madly love, and just sort of throw your arms around them and have them all to yourself, sort of thing.
Oh, that's gorgeous. You've got me. I've gone all gooey now. That's so lovely. And also, can I just read you this message that has come in, because this is beautiful. Zoe, after a ridiculous labour, my daughter was born by emergency C-section. In the theatre, they had the radio on and Hold Back the River was playing.
No way.
It's been such a special song to us ever since. She's starting school in September.
Amazing.
And this version has just really made me cry. Thank you, James. What a beautiful
congrats to
story.
them.
James, you're a gorgeous boy. When the album's out, fingers crossed you can come in and play something for us in the studio.
Please.
In the meantime,
please.
new single is out now, "Chew on My Heart." I'll give your regards to Paul and to
Please
Robert
do.
and to Alan.
Yeah, please.
We love you to pieces. Thanks, James, so much.
Thanks, Zoe.
James
Speak to you
Bay,
soon.
special boy.